Thornton. Thanks for stopping by my channel, At Home Fine Eating. Today I'm going to show you how to make my chocolate pastry twists. Man, these things are delicious. All right, we're going to start off with some frozen pastry, and it's still frozen. So we're going to show you how I do this from the very beginning. So I'm going to set that right there for just a second, and I want to go over the ingredients with you. We're going to use about a cup of Nutella. We're going to use a little bit of honey. We're going to use some semi-sweet chocolate chips, or if you have bittersweet or just with chocolate chips, just a little bit of sugar for the egg wash, and 1 egg. Now I got a icing knife to spread the Nutella with, pizza cutter to cut the pastry with after we get it all put together. I got a little pan to put the egg in for the egg wash, and a measuring cup for the Nutella. I've got 1 large cookie sheet with some parchment paper. Alright, so what I want to do is lay this out. You might need just a little bit of flour. We might end up using just a little bit of flour just to keep it from sticking to the countertop here. So I'm just going to lay these pastry pieces out and let them start thawing out. Takes anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes, usually somewhere in between that. All right, last thing I'm gonna do right now is preheat the oven to 400 degrees. All right, I'll be back with you shortly. Give this a little bit of time to start thawing out. And I like to work the pastry dough while it's still cold, because as it warms up, it just gets softer and softer and more buttery and mushy. So when we start doing this, we want to kind of go through it as quick as we can before the batter gets to where the pastry gets to where you just can't handle it. So anyway, I'll be back with you in a little bit as this starts to thaw. All right, we're about 10 minutes into this pastry dough sitting here. And what I usually do is kind of unfold it. If it's still really cold, it might crack. It's not the end of the world. We're gonna cut it right there anyway, but we don't want it to crack or break. So anywho, I'm gonna unfold this just like a little tent here, and just let it sit there. Let it sit there like that. Kind of make it thaw out a little quicker and more evenly. Just go slow with it. So this was completely frozen 10 minutes ago, so. All right, so I'm just gonna let them sit here like this for another little bit. I got me a little flour just to dust the countertop. I've got 1 cup of Nutella. I'm going to stick this in the microwave for no longer than 10 seconds. We don't want to make it runny, just make it just a little easier to spread. All right, we're about another 5 minutes into the pastry dough thawing out, about 15 minutes altogether. It's still nice and cold. All right, so right now I've got 1 egg cracked in here. I'm going to whip it up. Get our egg wash ready. So I'm going to add just a teaspoon of sugar. Maybe a teaspoon and a half. All right, now our egg wash is ready. I'm going to stick this Nutella in the microwave for no longer than 10 seconds. And I've got a good cup. It's definitely not less than a cup. All right. lightly flour the countertop. Now this pastry is still good and cold, but we can work with it. If it cracks down through here, it ain't the end of the world. Now we're going to use the rolling pin just to flatten it out good. Maybe spread it just a little bit, not much. Alright, now we're going to take this Nutella. If you let this pastry dough thaw out too much, it'll make it hard to do this. So you could put it back in the freezer on a cookie sheet or something if you had to. But hopefully we're still good. Just make sure you get it all the way out to the edges so every twist has chocolate in it. Try to get it even. We don't want to be in a rush, but this stuff is still thawing out, so we want to get this done as quickly as we can. Definitely don't want to waste none. Alright. Alright, now we'll go for the chocolate chips. I'm going to say about a half a cup. Just sprinkle these out on the floor. Just put a good even layer. Alright, that's looking pretty good right there. So now we're going to take the other pastry sheet. Give us just a little flour here. I'm going to work this just a little bit. Now you can see here where it was folded. That's basically just exactly where we're going to cut it, because we're going to get 2, 4, 6 strips out of this. So just put that on there and press it a little bit. And then we're going to take the pizza cutter and let's cut it right in those seams, and then cut those down the middle. Alright, now we're through with that. Alright, we got the chocolate and the pastry and all that put together. Now it's time to twist them. Put them on this here cookie sheet. So, make sure these are kind of pressed together so they don't come apart when you're twisting them. So, we're going to take one and we're just going to twist, 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 twist. Just twist it up as best you can and lay that baby right there. All right, so just twist it up. And they're all gonna look different. None of them are gonna look the same. That's okay. You see it's they're starting to thaw out under there. Just twist that baby up together. So it ain't got to be perfect. All right, there we have them all twisted up. Let's tighten this one up just a little bit. It had a little flour on the pastry. It made it not stick so good, but all right, it'll be fine. Trust me, it will be fine. All right, let me get all this Nutella off my fingers. All right, we got them all twisted up, so now we're ready for the egg wash. We're just gonna brush this all over them. Get them nice and eggy, sticky. All right, so I've got the oven preheated to 400 degrees. In my oven, it takes right at 18 minutes to get them puffed up and browned like we want them. So just keep an eye on the first time and figure out how they're gonna do in your oven. But I started out with 20 minutes and I ended up, it takes about 18 minutes in my oven. All right, so we got the egg wash on there. Now we're just gonna drizzle a little honey. All right, we got that honey drizzled on there, so we're ready to go in the oven. All right, I got my timer set for 18 minutes, so I'll be back with you shortly, and hopefully we'll have some beautiful looking chocolate pastry twists. I'm telling you, it's really good stuff. All right, we got just a few more seconds left. Let's go see how these chocolate pastry twists are doing. Oh man, they're looking delicious. Brown, just really good and even. All right, we're gonna get them out of there. Man, these dudes look delicious. We're gonna set them over here and let them cool off. That's some really good stuff right there. Alright, these chocolate twist pastries have cooled down enough we can get them off this cookie sheet. So, I'm just going to put them on this plate here. I don't know about from there, but from right here, they're looking really good. It's just like anything else, the more you do it, the better you get at it. Well, there you have it. Dave's chocolate twist pastry. Anywho, I hope you really enjoy it. This is some really good stuff. Thanks for watching my channel. And most of all, I hope you enjoy the food. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.